The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
When I was in yeshiva in Israel, learning years ago, I remember one morning, a very good friend of mine walks up and tells me, "Hey Duvi, tomorrow morning, we're going to go to the kotel to pray. And after that, we have a big breakfast. It's my brother's bar mitzvah. My parents are coming in from Israel. My whole family is coming to Israel. We're going to have a big bar mitzvah by the kotel, and right after that, we're going to Merkaz HaMalon, Malon HaMerkaz rather, where we're going to have a big breakfast. You're coming for the breakfast." I said, "Wow, breakfast? I'm coming." Next morning, I went with him to the kotel. His family, everybody was there. We sang David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayam 1,000 times. The boy got up there. He read beautifully. They threw candies. No, it was beautiful. It was really a beautiful moment. And then right after that, my friend's father turns to me and he says to me, "Listen, I'm only here a few days. I don't really know Jerusalem that well. We have to go back now to Malon HaMerkaz, to the central hotel, where the bar mitzvah, the party is going to be, the breakfast. I don't know how to get there. You know how to get there?" I said, "Yeah, I know how to get there. I know Yerushalayim very well." He said, "Okay, could you give me directions?" I said, "Sure." So they started making up the cars. And he put me in his car. I was with my friend and his father. And when he pulls up the car, I jumped in the front seat. And I was his navigation system. This goes back many years. And I started showing him through the streets how we were going. Did I know that the little girl in the back seat one day was going to be my wife? I had no clue. I didn't even see her. Matter of fact, I don't even remember her on the entire trip. And according to my wife, she tells me, if you see the pictures of her on that trip, she says, "It's good you don't remember me. You would never have thought twice." I didn't see a thing. But it goes further than that. Years later, my friend comes back to America. He gets married. So I come over to his house. Who answers the door? His sister. My future wife. I walked right by her, walked into the house, walked up to my friend, gave him the biggest mabruk with a hug and a kiss. I didn't see nobody. After that, my friend had a baby girl. I came over for the Sebit on the Shabbat. I came over to the house to wish him mabruk. His sister was standing right there. I didn't see her, I didn't know her, nothing. Finally, when the time came that I started dating, and the Shadchan came and told me, "What do you think about going out with the Sutton girl?" I said, "Sutton girl? He has a sister?" When my friend heard that, he was laughing his head off. "What do you mean? You came over to the house 4 times. You drove us around in Israel. She was there, right there, all along." I didn't see a thing. Because the time wasn't ready to see anything. Hashem says, "Listen, at the moment that you need to see, I give you sight." And by the way, that is the blessing that we make in the morning. Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim. Yes, one simple understanding is that we woke up in the morning and while we're sleeping our eyes are closed. But there's a much deeper meaning. Pokeach ivrim. While we're sleeping, we might not see, but we're not blind, chas v'shalom. So what then does that mean? That when we wake up in the morning, He opens the eyes of the blind. It should have said, He opens the eyes of the sleeper. That would have been more proper. And the answer is no. Pokeach ivrim. We are blind to everything until Hashem opens our eyes and allows us to see what He's ready to let us see. And that is our zivuk. And that is our shidduch. Could be a neighbor who you grew up with and you never had a clue that they were there, right there. And later on we laugh. But yes, Hashem has the last laugh. As long as we stick to the point. And that is, says Borei Olam, remember, nobody else can help you but me. En od milvado. The Shidduchim process was the stage and the story that the Torah chose to use to send out the message of Hashgacha Pratit. It's here that you're going to see that Hashem's divine providence is in every step and every area of life. Phenomenal.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org